God knitted a mitten of sand, rock, and lime. Made a fountain to last through all time. He planted its forests with hemlock and pine. Then blessed it with rain and golden sunshine. He feathered its forests and flowered white fields. Then gave it a history of automobiles. In all the wide world, there's no other land that God Himself patterned from His own left hand.
Good morning, and welcome to a special edition of Michigan Matters. It happens each spring as a cavalry of leaders from business, education, and politics heads to Mackinac Island for the Detroit Regional Chamber's annual conference. They'll be looking at issues that matter to you, to me. What's ahead for Detroit, our region, our state? Never before have the issues been this important. So join us for the next 30 minutes as we talk to some of the leaders on the island in a special Michigan Matters Eye in the Future, a look at the road ahead.
From WWJ-TV, your eye on the future. This is Michigan Matters with Carol Kane.
With so many problems in front of our state, we decided to ask some of the influential leaders at the conference what he or she thought was the biggest problem and challenge confronting our state.
I think actually there are two, if you don't mind. One is diversifying this economy aggressively and the strategies that undergird diversification. And the second is doubling the number of college graduates in Michigan. We've got to educate our citizens and diversify our economy in order for us to reshape our economic future.
The number one problem is that the interest groups led by the government employee unions who dominate Lansing refuse to face economic reality. The idea that teachers can have a health insurance program in which they do not contribute a single penny is fundamentally wrong when everybody else in the state has to wrestle with cost.
Well, obviously the biggest challenge is we have to, reinvent ourselves, and the governor's doing a terrific job with the business community in terms of expanding the new emerging Michigan's economy. That will help. And what we in the public education realm have to do is education as well as higher education, is we have to prepare our students for those new 21st century jobs, and that's what we're doing in the Detroit Public Schools.
Well, I think we have to make it easier to create new businesses and new jobs in Michigan. So the issue of streamlining state and local government so that we welcome businesses is a major issue. When I talk to people from outside the state, they talk about other states really make it easy to start a business and create jobs, and we've got to do the same thing here in Michigan.
I think doing away with the terrible divisions in our society and doing away with the result that that has on the state government and the national government.
We also talked with the new CEO of the Detroit Regional Chamber, who just took over the nation's largest business group, to get his take.
Well, the number one issue is certainly the economy and jobs. I mean, we've got to do a better job of becoming more business friendly, so we are creating jobs, supporting our entrepreneurs, building the economy of the 21st century. We're not there yet, and we've got a lot of work to do.
Come together as Michiganders and be not afraid. Put on the table the future, not the past.
One person beating the drum to gain attention on the national stage for Detroit is Newt Gingrich. We had a chance to visit with the former speaker for an exclusive conversation. True to form, he didn't hold back on what it will take to get Detroit and Michigan back on track.
Requiring honest economic parity between state employees, school teachers, and private sector workers, and eliminating the ability of union leaders to coerce money out of their members. Those two steps would do more to change Michigan than anything else you could do.
With the 100-year-old automotive industry still continuing to shrink in our state, the question everyone's asking is, what will replace those jobs? We'll look at that question when we come back.